Oh.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to your Week 5 update in the Final Fantasy Feast League. Last week saw some of our best matchups of the season, with games going right down to the wire. Speaking of the wire, it was a pretty quiet week after the flurry of activity the past couple weeks on the waiver wire. The Avengers and Verminion Lords continued to make weekly changes, as Callow took Aldo for Saj, and Juxta dropped Setzer to pick up the Marmots he didn't slay in 1.0 as part of the Special Marmot Defense Force. Yes, specifically those Marmots. In our first matchup, Titan's Banana Hammock continue to play tough at home, routing the Red Wings in the Naval. The win moves them to 4-1 and into second place in the Eastern Division, while the Red Wings fall to 0-5.
I haven't won a single game yet?
You have not yet won a
Hey,
game.
I'm running a perfect record.
That's correct. Next,
Kidding, obviously.
the Melusine Marauders move to 2-3 as they march into Quarry Mill and get the job done against Beambo USA. The beat goes on for Beambo as they fall to 0-5. And for those wondering, yes, just like the Chicobos and the Super Senpai Megaforce, the Red Wings do play Beambo USA in Week 12 of the season.
Like the toilet bowl.
That's awesome.
Speaking of the Super Senpai Megaforce, the Rich get richer this week as they handily defeat El Negro Grande. They advance to 5-0 on the season, while El Negro Grande now sits at 1-4.
That's racist.
It's very true. Another tight match for the Edelweiss Avengers as they pull out a narrow win against the Verminion Lords, sponsored by Bud Light. No joke there, they just sponsor everybody. It was a match that was probably closer than it should have been, seeing as the Verminion Lords were playing man down. Inexplicably, the Marmots that Juxta did not slay in 1.0 as part of the Special Marmot Defense Force, yes, specifically those Marmots, did not show up to the field. We've tried to reach them for comment, but there has been no response. The Verminion Lords fall to 2-3, while the Avengers go to 4-1. Juxta, do you want to comment on those Marmots not showing up?
No comment on them. They're probably going to get dropped because of their poor team performance, I must say.
Juxta, did you finish the job finally?
Don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. And lastly, in one of the all-time bonehead choke jobs, in a match that sparked your dreams of fame and glory only to trip at the finish line, the Detroit Lions, or the Balam T-Rexars, fall to the Chicobos. It was a close match that saw... You know what? I can't do this. Cut the music. Cut it. I can't do this.
What?
Now,
What?
He's not even ready for this.
Nika,
What?
Nika, I need to have a little talk with you, GM to GM, right now. So here's the thing. The league's all about sportsmanship, and I get that. And I went into this week, you guys have been a juggernaut all season. I'm going on the road. The missing member is a very tough place for any male character to play. I get that. I didn't have great expectations to come in and win, which is why it was so shocking to me on Saturday morning when my team was inexplicably leading.
By
And
2%.
it was-
That's
and it-
not inexplicably.
Okay, I was expecting to lose by like 40. So it was
This is a
more
close match,
amazing to
isn't
me when I got off work that night with 2 hours left in the poll, and I was still leading. And even more inexplicable when I was at Buffalo Wild Wings watching CM Punk get his ass handed to him by Mickey Gall with 50 minutes left that I was still leading. So I then wake up this morning to find out that not only did I lose, I lost by 8 votes. Which
Actually,
means
I did
need
pull
to
ahead in the middle of the day and you pulled ahead again.
Who
So.
exactly was it? Who did you grovel to? Who did you beg?
The voters just saw the appeal in the strong women of Final Fantasy.
Yeah,
That is what I'm trying to
no.
make here with the women.
I'm-
Women can do what men can do.
Yeah, in the last 50 minutes, they all just thought, you know what? Women's rights are great. I'm going to show up and vote for the Chicobos here.
Oh, you guys are killing me.
Absolutely.
You guys are killing me. I have a drop right for this smart. It's perfect. Oh, come on.
So I just want to know, was it family? Do you family to do it?
My family doesn't have Twitters.
I'm just wondering. I'm just wondering. You in those last 50 minutes convinced 8 people to go vote for you. I'm curious who it was.
Yeah, I'm pretty.
I'm telling you, it was
butthurt
actually, I'm going to be truly honest with this, is that there were people that hadn't heard of the FFFL, and I said, hey, my whole podcast does this thing of Final Fantasy characters. You'd love this. They're like, hey, link me to the blog. So I did, and they're like, this is so cool. I'm going to vote next week too. I'm like, yeah.
I would just like to go ahead and get, I don't know if we have the audio available, but if we do, can we pull the audio of the end of last season of Nika saying, and I quote, "This whole event is stupid."
Actually, I'll tell you, the only reason I care is because I really want to face Serena.
Because you're 5-0. Yeah, you really care because you're winning. That's what it is.
You know, there's something to that. Once I realized that I was kicking all of your asses in Pokemon Go, I was like, that's it. I'm going to be a Pokemon master. Especially when I saw how angry it made all
And
of
I'm
you.
telling you, the reason I'm winning is because of the strong women. You can't go wrong.
Either that or you
know,
got those kids voting for you in your class.
Nika, yeah, that's what I think it is.
She's getting her little, her kindergartners to go on Twitter and vote.
I think directing
Well, the
kids.
kindergartners do play Pokemon Go.
I'm just saying that directing kids to any part of the show would probably not be a good
Pretty
idea.
dirty
I
business.
very
Don't
clearly
do
make
that.
sure, like, I don't even bring my LBR bag to school anymore. I make sure not to wear, even on like work days. I'm like, I shouldn't wear this in case the student is here and reads it. And
Yeah,
looks at-
yeah, that's probably
I
smart.
make sure on purpose.
That's probably smart because we say a lot of dumb shit on this program.
You might
right.
not want to tell your friends about that.
All right, bring the music back up. I'm ready to finish this up.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god.
God, I'm totally not even
you
ready.
gotta be on the
for
ball
any
when
of
I'm doing this,
Jesus
man.
God
You don't need the
almighty.
music.
There
you
we
got
go.
this.
Anyway, the Balam T-Rexars fall to 2-3, while the Chicobos surge to 5-0 on their cheap win.
No, this is a close win, and I applaud you on your effort.
On the waiver wire this week, we have Setzer, Saj, Freya, Renoa, Shadow, Rosa, Cecil, Red 13, Refia, and Leon. On the waiver wire order, we'll be looking at Papa Woody, followed by Gordor, Mad Hatter, Surin, Aniro, Malkithera, Nika, Escalia, Juxta, and Callow. And our matchups for this week. First, the Melusine Marauders will travel to the Balam Garden Training Center for a match with the T-Rexars. This match will be a crucial one as they both trail Titans Banana Hammock for second in the division. Speaking of Titans Banana Hammock, they'll have their chance to avenge their only loss on the season as they prepare the naval and welcome in the Chicobos. Beambo USA heads back on the road again this week as they travel to the Rogues Den Fight Club for a match with the Edelweiss Avengers. Since losing in week 1, the Avengers have been on a tear, winning 4 straight. The Super Senpai Megaforce is gearing up for their trip to the Gold Saucer as they take on the Verminion Lords this week.
Oh, not again. Shit.
What moves will we see of the Verminion Lords this week to try and fill their now vacant roster slot? And lastly, El Negro Grande hits the road this week, traveling down to Castle Baron for a match with the Red Wings. We were able to secure a comment from the Red Wings' remaining fan base. They both said they'll be at the game, but they're expecting a strong turnout from their opposition. And that's what's going on in the FFFL this week, guys. Remember, tune in to LimitBreakRadio.com this Tuesday for your update.
That's right. And voting goes down on Twitter, so make sure that you're following at Limit Break Radio when those polls go out. And you can vote for your favorites. And and that's how we decide the winners here. So again, that's twitter.com/Limit
Whoever
Break
grovels the
Radio.
hardest wins.
Apparently.
That's the Callow special right
my
there.
God,
Let me
yeah.
tell you
Isn't
something.
it ever? Oh my God.
The last hour surge of 40 votes.
Man,
Nika, you got Callow to do it for you, didn't he?
What? No,
paid
actually,
Callow.
Callow was. Actually, what I noticed, I was looking at the total amount of votes, and Callow still had more votes than ours, so he's campaigning something fierce, for sure.
I don't know why he doesn't show up to this goddamn show.